The recent hike in bus fares has fueled a lot of anger and discontent among the commuters. While the new rates have been implemented, the current and former transport ministers seem to be having a go at each other over the situation.
A few days ago, former Transport Minister R. Ashok had given a statement blaming the present government for the recent hike in bus fares. He opined that the state transports had faced no loss during his tenure when BJP was in power, and went on to add that KSRTC and BMTC experienced financial crisis after Congress came to power. He cited this as the main reason for the recent hike in BMTC and KSRTC bus fares. R. Ashok also accused the government of showing false report of loss to justify their decision to hike the fares. Transport Minister Ramalinga Reddy responded to this today. He stated that but for KSRTC, all other departments incurred heavy loss during R. Ashok's tenure, which were rectified when he came to power. He also went ahead and rubbished allegations of the state transport going into a loss. He went ahead and released the following figures regarding the transport department's finances in the last 6 years. The state transport added an extra 1,525 bus trips in the past 6 years. The salaries of almost all their employees were increased by about 119%. In addition to this, over 6,600 people were given jobs. Meanwhile, the diesel price were hiked by 92%, while the management costs increased by about 89%. The former transport minister, though, has stated that all figures of profit and loss faced by the transport department are available on paper. So if the figures of the past 10 years are made public, the common man will have a better idea of whose tenure was more productive for the treasury.
In my knowledge, KSRTC is profit organization, profit company. Now also, why the hike? People are suffering. So that's why I commented on this. So what is the loss, what is the profit? You can check in the books from last 10 to 15 years. What BJP period they are done mistakes, I can show. Individually, I am not commenting about the Ramalinga Reddy. He is my good friend. Political party different, views are different. So I comment on the government.
Well, all in all, the minister's latest interactions have benefited the common man in no way. While one is accused the other of mismanagement, the second one has responded with vague reports. Meanwhile, the commuters with no other option in sight continue to travel by the costliest public transport in the country. Pramod for News9, Bengaluru.
It's time university students across the state have sealed their future in the final exams this year. The results are all set to be announced tomorrow, and for the ones unaware on what to expect, here's a report.
The pre-university results this year are expected to be much better when compared to the last 3 years. Students across the state and Bengaluru are all lying in wait to jump at the first opportunity to procure them after their year-long hard work. Results to be announced on May 8th at 8 a.m. Colleges to display results at 9 a.m. Check your results online at www.pue.kar.nic.in. After a year of hard work, from assignments and practical sessions to tests and viva, while some are positive about good results, many only hope to have done well. But the education department seems positive about the overall results this year. When compared to the previous years, the PU pass percentage is expected to increase. In 2011, almost 49% students made it through. The following year, 2012, saw an extra 8% students join the mass that made it through. The pass percentage in 2013, though, was just about 59.3%. It is expected to cross 65% this year.
ಈ ವರ್ಷದ ರಿಸಲ್ಟು ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿರುತ್ತೆ, ಯಾಕೆಂದರೆ ಒಳ್ಳೆ ಮಕ್ಕಳು ಕೂಡ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ಟೀಚಿಂಗ್ ಕೂಡ ಇಂಪ್ರೂವ್ ಆಗಿದೆ. ವಿತ್ ಆಲ್ ಟ್ರೈನಿಂಗು ಮತ್ತು ಈ ಅಕಾಡೆಮಿಕ್ ಕರಿಕ್ಯುಲಮ್ ಓರಿಯೆಂಟೇಷನ್ ಪ್ರೋಗ್ರಾಮು ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ಇದ್ದಿದ್ದರಿಂದ ಆಗಿದೆ.
The marks of second year pre-university PCMB students have been divided into 30% from practicals and 70% coming from theory. Well, the examination authorities have provided a reassurance, but the students will only rest assured once the results are announced. Amrita Patil, News9, Bengaluru.
Barely 2 weeks post-elections in the state, the commoners are left terribly troubled. Just day after BMTC and KSRTC fare hike, there is yet another shocker in store for Bengalurians. This time, the BWSSB is all set to hike the water tariffs, and it is likely to happen in the next few days. The decision was announced by BWSSB Director Ravi Shankar. The Water Board officials met Ramalinga Reddy yesterday, and it is said that the focus was mainly on increasing the water tariff rather than the water shortage. The BWSSB is said to be incurring several losses, which is why they have been unable to purchase latest machinery or undertake repair works. The BWSSB director said that this is the reason for the hike in tariffs and also submitted a proposal to Siddaramaiah. The BWSSB still owes 189 crore rupees to the state government. The BWSSB needs 117 crore rupees to fix the bore wells. Every time it rains, the BWSSB has to undertake repair works and has financial assistance from the government for the same. It is said that the BWSSB had also proposed a hike in tariff during BJP's reign, which was turned down. The director also said that there had been no change in water tariffs for the past 10 long years. And moving on, 4 members of a family were killed while heading to Gokarna for a family vacation when the car they were travelling in collided with a tree. 3 of the 4 deceased were children. The 4 were residents of Bengaluru and have been identified as 11-year-old Diksha Naidu, 7-year-old Gagana Naidu, 9-year-old Jishna and 40-year-old Girish. The accident took place on Kalughatgi Road. Yet another gory accident coming to light, and the family of the deceased are left inconsolable. The family left on a vacation to Gokarna when the incident took place. Well, this is the mobile footage sent in by one of the News9 viewers. And 4 of the 4 deceased, 3 were children. One was 11-year-old Diksha, 9-year-old Jishna and 7-year-old Gagana Naidu. And the 4th was 40-year-old Girish. All the 4 were travelling to Gokarna on a family vacation when the incident took place. The 4 were immediately rushed to a hospital, however, they succumbed. And the family of all the deceased are left inconsolable now. And moving on, well, the weather in Bengaluru this summer has been rather scorching and annoying to say the least. But the month of May has brought in some good news due to some weather. Here's a report on what's making the Bengaluru weather cool.
Just a couple of days ago, getting out of your homes and offices would feel like the worst thing that could happen to you. The sun beating down, the unbearable heat, and overall, one must say, it was a torrid time we all had to go through. But the weather gods have decided to end that phase, at least for now. The pre-monsoon showers have come as a big relief to Bengalurians. Temperatures have dropped following unexpected showers over the past few days, and this has brought smiles on people's faces. Now, if you're wondering why this is happening, it's because of a low-pressure area that has built around the southern coast of Kanyakumari, leading to the showers in Karnataka, Kerala and Tamil Nadu. The low pressure has caused an upper air cyclonic circulation up to the mid-tropospheric levels, about 5.8 kilometers above sea level. We caught up with Bengaluru's very own weather expert from the meteorological department to tell us more. Here's what he had to say.
Well-marked low pressure area has become low pressure area, but the upper air circulation is there, circulation up to 5.8 km above sea level. So under that influence, rain or thunder showers will occur at many places over coastal Karnataka and south interior Karnataka with isolated heavy falls in 1 or 2 places. So this will continue for next 2 days, and afterwards intensity wise it will decrease. And all day long we are not expecting such a heavy rain. So heavy rain is only confined to that evening and night time. And most of this one, and it is a moderate rain most of the places. Only isolated heavy rains only we are expecting in some places.
A few more days of rain should do wonders for Bengalurians and also several farmers across the state. Well, the weather from last evening is something most Bengalurians have been waiting for a very long time. It's been drizzling throughout, temperatures have been dropping. We spoke to the director at the meteorological department, Puttanna, who told us that there is a well-marked low-pressure region which is being created in the Comorin region. That is the lowest southernmost coast of Kanyakumari. That's where a well-marked low-pressure area has been created, due to which temperatures will drop for the next 2 to 3 days in Karnataka, and there will be heavy rainfall witnessed in Tamil Nadu and Kerala, and also rainfall will be there in Karnataka, but not to an extent which will be witnessed in Kerala and Tamil Nadu. We have a Bengalorean here with us. So how have you been enjoying this weather from the hot summer that you've experienced from the past last month?
Well, up until yesterday afternoon, the weather was really hot. So when it started drizzling in the evening, we went berserk. We went crazy. And of course, we've been enjoying the weather since then.
So you can enjoy this. This is going to continue for the next 2 to 3 days. That's what the weather experts claim. So if you're a Bengalorean, you must love the weather you're in right now. With camera person Ganesh, this is Deepak Bopana for News 9.